We're in Santa Barbara. We are underway. Game 28 of the Blues season, facing off against the Foresters for the fifth time this season. Ruben Mercado is leading things off for the Blues in a 1-1 count. The lineup for the Blues today against the Foresters, it goes Ruben Mercado leading things off. He'll be followed by Austin Kretschmar, and then the CCL All-Star Mason Grotto. As Mercado takes a 1-2 count. Again, we are just underway here in Santa Barbara. Top of the first, no score. Blues leadoff man in a 1-2 count. Followed by Grotto will be Martinez, then Samuelson, then Clarkson, then Burton, Costello, and new player, backup catcher Mark Armstrong making his Blues debut at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Ruben Mercado, 2-2 is the count. And De La Schmidt on the mound. Breaking ball is fouled off. It's a swinging bunt, dug out of the grass and gunning over to first. That's how the game starts. 2-3 on the ground out. Ruben is the first out. We are just underway, top of the first. Blues facing Christian De La Schmidt for the second time this season. De La Schmidt stands in. Sophomore at Tennessee, comes in with his record of 1-1, ERA at 2.81. This is his fourth start. We mentioned he started against the Blues back on June 24th, went 4 full innings, giving up a run on 3 hits and 4 strikeouts to his credit in that one, picking up the loss in the decision. This is Austin Kretschmar taking a breaking ball away for ball 1. So we are just underway. Mercado grounded out to start things out. So there's 1 out and no one on here in the top of the first at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. De La Schmidt gets him to swing and miss through that one, and it is quickly 1-1. Blues come in with their record of 19-8. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-2 now. Went 3-3 in their 6 games last week. Ended on a win here in Santa Barbara before going into that mini All-Star break. And we hope you enjoyed the CCL showcase last night. That one's grounded to third, deep in the hole at short. A jumping throw from Kachel is wide, and Kretschmar reaches on a single. First hit and base runner of the day for the Blues is Austin Kretschmar, finding himself safe at first and bringing Mason Grotto, the CCL All-Star, to the plate. Grotto, who played in the CCL Showcase game last night at cleanup for the North. First pitch from De La Schmidt to Grotto. Dips away ball 1. Kretschmar safe at first. He singled. Start the Blues offensive day off. So now there's 1 man on and 1 out for Grotto. Stands in with his batting average at .385. Second in the league in RBIs with 31. That's in there for a strike. Count even now at 1-1. Grotto did not get a hit in the showcase game last night. His teammate Tate Samuelson did. Tate singled, reached on an error, also scored a run. We'll see him in a couple at-bats. Here's a 1-1, but first, the throw over to first. Checks on Mercado, and he is safe. 5th matchup between the Blues and Foresters. After is over, the Foresters will travel up to SLO for 1 more game. These 2 teams meeting 6 times in total this year. That's a ball away. Count is 2-1 with Grotto ahead in the count. Kretschmar safe at first after singling, and there's no score here as we are in the top of the first at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. We're here on Sunday, and 3 days later, here we are again. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball gets the count even at 2-2. This will be the last time we are here in Pershing Park. This will be the last time we will not be able to see right field. 2-2 the count. Outside, and the count is worked full by Grotto. 3-2 for the Fresno State Bulldog. Always wanted to be a Fresno State Bulldog. And Grotto getting his fair share of TV time. That was just awesome for all the guys last night in the showcase game. Payoff pitch. Grotto fouls one off to stay alive. Count still 3-2. Still no score here in the top of the first as there's 1 out and 1 man on for the Blues facing the Foresters. Blues have taken 3 of the previous 4 matchups against Santa Barbara. They've already faced Christian De La Schmidt once, and that was in the first game here in Pershing Park back in late June. It was second straight payoff pitch that Grotto guns out to right, and that is gone. Well, Grotto didn't get a hit in last night's showcase game, but he makes up for all of that. 2-run homer here early to put the Blues on top 2-0. It's his 3rd homer of the year, and it's RBIs 32 and 33 to tie him for first now in that category in the league.
Did I mention the taco truck is here? So that's good news.
Left field is only 310 feet deep, and Grotto made that one look easy. 2-run dinger gets the Blues on the board 2-0 here, and there's still only one out. And now there's no one on as the bases were cleared, and that'll bring Vince Martinez to the plate. Blues ahead 2-0. Breaking ball is swung on and missed by Martinez. He homered in his last game here at Pershing Park. His first as a Blue of the solo variety. Him and Tate Samuelson both going deep. Tate is due up after Martinez. Vince stands in. Count 0-1 as he swung and missed through the first pitch from De La Schmidt. That one breaks away, and the count is even at 1-1. It is 2-0 Blues on the Mason Grotto 2-run homer, his third of the year. Scoring Kretschmar and himself on the 2-run bomb to the short porch here at Pershing Park. Only 3-10 to deep left, and now the count is 1-2 to Vince Martinez. Cleanup hitting DH, catcher out of Stanford, has been an RBI machine in his limited time with the Blues. We mentioned hitting his first home run for San Luis Obispo back on Sunday. That's swung on and missed for strike 3, and Martinez is the second out via the swinging K, and that'll bring Tate Samuelson to the plate, man who doubled and solo homered his last time here at Pershing Park and looked extremely comfortable at the plate. Now 2 out and no one on. Blues lead 2-0 here as we are still in the top of the first, and they've gotten to Christian De La Schmidt early. Mason Grotto with the 2-run bomb makes it 2-0. Here's Tate Samuelson now. Takes ball 1. Count is 1-0. Samuelson stands in with his average at 288. Got a hit in last night's showcase game. Scored a run as well. Here's a 1-0. Swung on and missed. Count even now at 1-1. Samuelson, who leads the team in homers with 4. Grotto now second on the team as he breaks and gets his third. That's swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2, and De La Schmidt trying to get out of this top of the first and limit the damage to just the 2 runs that both scored on a Mason Grotto homer to left. It is 2-0 Blues. There's 2 outs and no one on, and Samuelson in a 1-2 count sends that one softly out to left beyond the reach of Kachel, and it's a single for Samuelson. Third hit of the day for the Blues, 2 singles and a 2-run homer. That'll bring TJ Clarkson to the plate. Now he's the 6th Blue to bat in this top of the first. We are just underway here at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Blues and Foresters for the 5th time this year. Blues come in with their record at 19-8. Played Santa Barbara twice last week. 3 times, excuse me. Played them 3 times last week. 1, 2 of 3. Twice at home and then 1 here at Pershing Park. Clarkson takes ball 1. Last time they were here was back on the 11th, and they won by a score of 7-5. Rallied late, scoring 3 runs in the top of the 8th to eventually come away with the 2-run victory as they were down 1. It was 5-4 Foresters heading into that top of the 8th. And if you're watching it, it was a crazy one. Infield singles, bunt singles, 3 runs scored in that top of the 8th. Blues got out of here with a 7-5 victory their last time in Santa Barbara. Clarkson takes high, ball 3, firmly ahead in the count on De La Schmidt. Tate Samuelson reached on a single. It is 2-0 Blues, and there's 2 outs still in this ongoing top of the first. And Clarkson works a 4-pitch walk. Blues will have men on first and second now for Graham Burton. He is the 7th Blue to bat in this top of the first. It is already 2-0. Mason Grotto deposited a home run to left to make it 2-0. Now it is Tate Samuelson who singled, is at second. TJ Clarkson's at first after working a 4-pitch walk. And here's the outfielder from Stanford, Grant Burton, taking strike 1. De La Schmidt, pitch count. He's facing 7 Blues in just this top of the first. Went 4 full, only giving up 1 run in that last start here at Pershing Park against the Blues. That's a breaking ball that is sent softly out to right. It'll drop foul ground. Runners were taking off on contact and will have to head back into first and second. Still 2 outs here in the top of the first. It is 2-0 Blues. Grotto homered to left and got himself RBIs 32 and 33. That ties him for first in the entire CCL now with Quentin Hall, who also had 33. And that's a breaking ball taken for strike 3. Burton strikes out looking, and De La Schmidt finally gets out of the top of the first, but not before the Blues get 3 hits. The big one, a Mason Grotto 2-run bomb to left. That made it 2-0 here early in Santa Barbara. For Santa Barbara, here's how that lineup goes today. Kendall Pennis will lead off and play center field. Andrew Kachel will bat second. He's a CCL All-Star. He'll play shortstop. Tanner Otremba bats third and plays first base. Ryan Robleski plays right field. Dylan Campbell at third base. Steven Zobek, who pitched in the CCL Showcase game last night, will DH, followed by Tyler Casagrande, the left fielder. Thomas does the catching, and Morrissey will be at second base. That is the Santa Barbara lineup facing Evan Larson. Evan Larson now steps in, and his last time out, starting, he pitched against the Foresters. And if you were with us for that one, well, it looked like it would have been a historic one. Blues took a combined no-hitter into the top of the ninth. And we know how that one ended. They would eventually single and stop history from occurring. But it was history made by Evan Larson, who went 6 full. This is a guy who has pitched out of the pen, started once early in the year, came out of the pen 2 more times, has made now 2 starts. This will be his 3rd, but in his 2nd start against Santa Barbara, went through 6 full innings, not allowing a hit. The ERA at 1.28 for Larson. This will be his 5th appearance overall, his 3rd start, back on July 6th against the Foresters, in a 5-1 effort with the Blues winning. Went 6 full, no earned runs, no hits, only 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts to his credit. A total at 22 for Evan on this season. He will face a Santa Barbara lineup that is looking to get revenge, and Evan Larson is looking to continue his dominance over Santa Barbara. Blues pitching has had their way with the Foresters in 3 of the previous 4 matchups between these two teams. Evan Larson looking to do his part here in the 5th game, Chapter 5 of the Blues and Foresters rivalry. We'll give you an update on the CCL Southern standings. The San Luis Obispo Blues are just half a game behind the Arroyo Seco Saints in the CCL South. Their conference record stands at 9-6. Arroyo Seco's won about 5 or 6 straight games. They're in first place at 10-6. So they've got that half-game lead over the Blues. But their win against Santa Barbara last time out here was massive. They were able to pick up that victory, dropping Santa Barbara in conference to 8-7, and they now sit in 4th place coming into this matchup. Their overall record at 14-7, and they are coming off of that 7-5 loss against the San Luis Obispo Blues back on July 11th. We hope you enjoyed your mini All-Star break, but baseball is back here on the Blues streaming network. Hi again, everybody. I'm Zach Ebrahim, and we're in the bottom of the 1st here. Happy to have you along with us for the stretch run of this season. Game 28. Can't believe we're already here. And here is Kendall Pettis, the center fielder, leading things off against Evan Larson. It is 2-0 Blues as we enter this bottom of the 1st. Home half is underway. Yeah. Larson deals to Pettis. Inside, ball 1. Every Blues pitcher that pitched in the showcase game last night has obviously is not going to pitch in this one. Matt Sox got the start for the North. Here's a 1-0 from Larson. That one is sent out to center. Softly hit fly ball is caught by Kretschmar at second. Quickly 1 away in the bottom of the 1st for Andrew Kachel, a CCL All-Star who made a start for the South in last night's ball game in Compton. So Kachel stands in, 1 away, and no one on. Bottom of the 1st, Larson getting a quick out on a couple pitches to Pettis, and now has to deal with Kachel. Strike 1. Kachel stands in with his average at 385. Total number of hits, tops, leads the team with 25. Next closest has 19. There's no 1. That one is slapped down the line and left. It's a fair ball and beyond the reach of Tate Samuelson. Really no chance for Tate to make a play on that one. It's a double for Andrew Kachel, and he gets his double of the season. First hit for the Foresters, and they have a man in scoring position in the bottom of the 1st. Blues leading 2-0. So a man on second now for Santa Barbara, and Tanner Otremba stepping up to the plate. with Kachel on second and just one out here in the bottom of the first. Blues lead 2-0. Mason Grotto homered in the top of the first to make it 2-0. Kachel, who broke up the no-hitter back on the 6th and at Sinsheimer Park. In the top of the 9th, got a infield single, slow roller, and Larson has to face Tanner Otremba now with the man on second and just one out. As ball one inside. Larson, the junior out of Concordia, previously had gone out of the pen, pitched 5 innings total out of the bullpen in 2 appearances, went 6 full in his last start. And that came against his Foresters team back on the 6th. It was a bit high. I'm going to call it a ball. It was a good take by Otremba.
Here comes the base hit, buddy.
Otremba stands in. 2-1 the count. And Kachel at second after doubling. So quickly broken up. Check second. Now deals to Otremba. Breaking ball high. And Otremba is firmly ahead in the count. Kachel dancing over at second. Larson now deals, and Otremba sends one out to right. Ranging on is Costello. He'll make the catch in fair territory. Kachel will tag, or he did not make the catch. There's some confusion. I got some stuff to figure out here. Still can't see right field. Looked like Costello caught it. Did he not?
Look at the replay.
That ball was not caught by Costello. It was off his glove and over the wall. It's a ground rule double for Otremba. That scores Kachel. It is now 2-1. Blues still with the lead. But now it's Otremba at second. Again, it is 2-1. That ball was not caught by Costello. I appreciate your patience. I cannot see right field from my vantage point, so Costello was deep in right to the point where I could not see him. He did not make the catch on a fly ball hit out there by Otremba. It went over the wall. It's a ground rule double for him and an RBI, and it is 2-1. Here is the first pitch to Robleski. That is in there for a strike.
All right, that's all right.
I'm trying to tell what the info lag is for what he said. It's like 8 seconds behind at least.
It is 2-1, and Robleski at the plate with Otremba at second. Robleski, the right fielder, standing in and facing Larson, who steps off, forcing Otremba to head back into second. Again, it is 2-1. Blues still with the lead, but a ground rule double by Otremba as he switches places with Kachel. Scored a run, and it is 2-1. Santa Barbara has plated one here in the bottom of the first. There is still only one out here in the home half of the first. Larson deals a breaking ball. That's hit up to Mercado at short. He'll make the play. Gun to first in time for the second out, and in the process, Otremba reaches third.
Fans, we got a new sponsor this summer, Salty at the Beach. A great restaurant right across the way from Santa Barbara Harbor. And every new player is the Salty at the Beach pattern. They said here, earns all adult fans a $5 coupon. Salty at the Beach. So let's cheer it loud for third baseman number 6, Dylan Campbell.
Here comes Dylan Campbell, who in his short time as a Forester, this is just his 6th game. He averaged at a blistering .417. Oh, killed out to left center. Ranging back is Burton. He'll make the catch. Jumping on the first pitch he sees and flies out to center to end the bottom half of the first through 1. It is 2-1. 3 runs scored in that first inning. 2 by the Blues on a Mason Grotto homer, and 1 via a Tanner Otremba ground rule double. It is 2-1. Blues still with the lead. We'll head to the top of the second now, and their bats will face De La Schmidt for the second time. 2-1 our score. And after a short break, I'll be right back with you here on the Blue Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome back. We are in the top of the second here at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. 2-1 is our score. Nick Costello is at the plate facing De La Schmidt for the first time today. Costello takes ball 1. Underway here, a eventful first inning. Sees 3 runs plated, 2 by the Blues. Costello takes strike 1 to get the count even now. De La Schmidt dealing and looking to have a much quicker second inning than he did back in the first. Getting up 2 runs. Here's a 1-1. Costello takes a breaking ball for ball 2. Strike 2, excuse me. It is 1-2. Costello leading off the top of the second for the Blues. He'll be followed by Mark Armstrong, who's making his Blues debut at catcher. Swung on and missed at a pitch that was away, and that is a strikeout. It is now 3 strikeouts for De La Schmidt and back-to-back Blues in Burton and Costello, who have been sat down on strikes. And here is the Blues debut of Mark Armstrong, left-handed catcher out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. First at bat is a blue. That is sent out, and Cachel catches it at short. Swinging away at the first pitch he sees and pops out to short. Now there is Ruben Mercado stepping up for his second at-bat as we are in the top of the second. 2 away now and no one on for Mercado. Second at-bat, he grounded out to the catcher in his first plate appearance, 0 for 1. Facing De La Schmidt for the second time today. Quickly 2 away and no score. That's ball 1. Mercado nods in agreement with home plate umpire as he's ahead in the count 1-0. We'll send that fastball down the right field line, and it gets by Otremba. Mercado will round first and try to turn this into a double. And he will. It's a double for Ruben Mercado. It's the second extra base hit of the day for the Blues. Their 4th hit overall. They've got now 2 singles, a double, and a 2-run homer. And they are getting to De La Schmidt here. He sat the first 2 men down he saw relatively easily in Costello and Armstrong. Now Mercado doubles, and there's a man in scoring position for Austin Kretschmar, who's 1 for 1 today with a single that came obviously in the top of the first. For Mercado, that's his first double. That's his first extra base hit of the season. Mercado is at second. He's leading off today. Kretschmar takes ball 1 outside. Mercado, it's the second time this year he's batted in the leadoff spot. Says he's comfortable batting really anywhere. You can put him anywhere and he'll be comfortable, but he likes batting leadoff. A lot of these guys that have been inserted into that role wish they could stay there. Mercado is staying at second. down to Kachel at short. He'll gun to first, and the inning is over.
Well, once again, fans, thanks to the Uptown Lounge and Christian Dell-Schmidt.
So after Dale Schmidt's second inning, he gives up a double, but strands that runner at second. It is 2-1. Blues still with the lead. Forrester's bats will look to change that, and it'll be the CCL All-Star who pitched in last night's showcase game, Steven Zobak, who's DHing today for the Foresters, set to lead off the home half of the second. It is still 2-1. Blues with the lead, and still Evan Larson on the mound when we come back. Hope you're enjoying this one. We are in Pershing Park in Santa Barbara, just minutes from the beach, 28th game of this Blues season as it continues to fly by. After this one in Santa Barbara, we have got a long, literal home stretch as we will head down and this final road of games this season. Blues will look to make their playoff push. Evan Larson on the mound to face Zobak with a 2-1 lead when we come back. Thanks for hanging out. Here is Steven Zobak, as promised, pitched in last night's CCL Showcase game, DHing today and batting sixth for the Foresters, who trailed 2-1 and got their only run of this one so far on back-to-back doubles. Kachel doubled, and then Otremba doubled of the ground rule variety. That scored a run. We apologize for that confusion in that bottom half of the first. Again, as you cannot see right field, I cannot see right field, and it is unfortunate, the vantage point we have at Pershing Park, but that'll work with what we got, and that'll work for Zobak. He sends it up to left center, and it's a single for the DH today, Steven Zobak, who is also a very talented pitcher, but he singles to lead off the Foresters half of the second. Here's Tyler Conde, the fielder, bats with the man on first and no one out. His team down by 1 here in the bottom of the second, Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Last time we were here, it was a 2 p.m. start, and that game flew by. It was barely over 2 hours long. Sun was directly above us, so not affecting our camera at all. Tonight will be different, and we'll have to work through it. So that's me apologizing for whatever our camera sees with the sun in its face as it sets here. We're not there yet. Casagrande is at the plate, and the count is 1-0 as Larson delivers ball 1 to him. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for strike 1. Count even. Larson going back-to-back fastballs, both elevated, and the second one catches the strike zone. Count even at 1-1. Zobak is on first after singling, and our score is still 2-1. No outs, bottom of the second. Here's a 1-1 to Casagrande. First, he'll throw over to first. It's away from Clarkson momentarily, but nowhere for Zobak to go.
I've only had 0 cabins.
Still 1 ball and 1 strike. Casagrande awaiting his third pitch of this at-bat. Larson still going to have him wait for it as he throws over to first to check on Zobak, who's still safe after singling to lead off the bottom half of the second. That's where we are still. No outs and 1 man on for Casagrande. Larson looking in.
You're bound to let it sit that. Oh, watch out.
Taking his time here. Here's a 1-1. Runner taking off momentarily. That one is fouled off to the right side. And with the third pitch, it's fouled off, and Larson's ahead in the count now, 1-2.
I've never even flossed, dude.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
I don't think I've ever fought.
And whatever you hear from the crowd, that's what I hear from the crowd. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Casa Grande.
Robbie, you don't floss, right? All of you guys floss.
Throw first, still safe. Larson really taking his time with this at-bat. Aware of Zobac's versatility, a guy that can pitch, hit, and according to Larson, he's treating him like he's stolen 10 bases this year. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No outs, bottom of the second. 2-1 Blues. High in the count, even at 2-2. Larson has gone with elevated fastballs on 3 of the 4 pitches in this at-bat. And through 4, it's an even count at 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes as Larson working through the signs with Mark Armstrong. And again, this is Armstrong's debut as a Blue, and he's doing the catching for the first time, working with Larson on the mound for the first time in a start. Here's a time to get him. It is indeed a stolen base for Zobac, but in the process, Casa Grande looks at strike 3. And that is the first out. Jared Thomas steps in, the man who's doing the catching for the Foresters. Foresters with their record at 14-7, 3 of those 7 losses to the San Luis Obispo Blues, who are ahead a game and a half on the CCL, a game and a half on them in the CCL Southern standings. Larson looks in, still with a 1-run lead. It is 2-1, and the tying run is now at second for Santa Barbara in the form of Steven Zobac, who stole a base after singling.
Go, Jared. Base knock now, buddy.
Strike 1 to Jared Thomas. For Zobac, that is his 5th stolen base this season. Again, a very, very versatile player. CCL All-Star. Can run, pitch, and hit. That's ball 1 to Thomas. Count even 1-1 on him. Count even at 1-1 to Jared Thomas. Steven Zobac's at second. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Blues still lead 2-1. Larson will check second twice. Now stare him down. Now deal. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Head in the count now. And he's ahead on Thomas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Casa Grande struck out looking in the last at-bat. He's the 1 out in this inning. We're in the bottom of the second. Steven Zobac he singled to lead off the inning, then stole second. That's where he is now. Thomas sends 1 out to right, now right center. And no one can make a play on that one, neither Costello nor Burton. And here comes Zobac. There is no throw. He has scored, and Jared Thomas is out at third, trying to turn a double into a triple. But in the process, he'll bring in the tying run. There are now 2 outs, and we're in a tied ball game at 2-2 as Jared Thomas doubles in the tying run.
2-2. Sponsored by Pacific Press.
Again, he doubled to right center. Burton and Costello merging. Neither could make the catch as it dropped between them. Jared Thomas has scored Steven Zobac to tie us at 2. And he was trying to turn a double into a triple. He was out at third. It's a brand new ball game. We are tied at 2. And here is Morrissey facing Larson with 2 away and no one on in the bottom of the second. That breaking ball got him on his back foot, and he'll take first base after being hit by a pitch on the first pitch he sees in this ball game. And again, it was a curveball that broke and hit his back foot. So he is safe at first. Here is Kendall Pettis. Popped out to second in his first at-bat. Bats now with a man on first and 2 away. Here in the bottom of the second, brand new ball game. Our score is tied at 2-2. Larson has now given up 4 hits and hit a batter. That's 5 base runners. In his last start against Santa Barbara in 6 full innings, only allowed 1 base runner on a walk. Off-speed pitch high for ball 1. Morrissey is safe at first after being hit by a pitch. for Morrissey. First time he's been hit by a pitch this season, and he is safe at first. Larson looking to deal a 1-0 to Kendall Pettis. First, he'll throw over to first.
You're okay. Do it all day long.
It's 1-0. Now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kendall Pettis. We are tied at 2. Our score is 2-2.
Throw this guy out at second.
Grotto sending a 2-run homer over the left field fence in the top of the first to give the Blues that early lead. And now the Foresters have played 1 run in the bottom of the first and now bottom of the second. Taking off for second and in easily to steal is Morrissey. And he's in scoring position.
I would have bought you one.
For Morrissey, that is his, let's see here, his 6th stolen base. 2 stolen bases in the inning for Santa Barbara. Our score is 2-2, and the go-ahead run for Santa Barbara is now at second. Kendall Pettis awaits another pitch from Evan Larson. Checking second and now dealing. That's a breaking ball in there, and strike 3 is called. So second, but the Foresters do play the time on a Jared Thomas RBI double. He was out at third. Morrissey was hit by a pitch, stole second. Steven Zobak was the man that scored from second to tie this ball game at 2 after he singled and stole a base to lead off the bottom of the second. Brand new ball game as we're tied 2-2. Blues bats will try to change that in the top of the third, facing Christian Schmidt for the 3rd time today in his 3rd inning of work. So far for Schmidt, he's given up 4 hits. 2 the extra base variety, 2-run homer as mentioned in the first, double to Mercado. Kretschmar would then ground out to strand him there, but the walk of TJ Clarkson, the only man to reach not via a hit, and it'll be Mason Grotto, the man that homered in the top of the first, leading off the top of the third for the San Luis Obispo Blues, coming in with a record of 19-8, just half a game out of first place in the CCL South, looking to regain that position. The team in first place, the Arroyo Seco Saints, is currently playing the Conejo Oaks. Those are the teams in first and third place in the South. These are the teams in second and fourth place in the South, Blues and Foresters. Needless to say, it's another important ball game as we find ourselves winding down this stretch of regular season games in the CCL. And I'll continue to say it. Hope you enjoyed that CCL showcase game last night on Valley Sports West at the Youth Academy in Compton. Again, all the coordinating for that event done by our own assistant GM, Dana Applegarth. And at strike 1 to Grotto, Dana, it went well as far as I could tell. Broadcast was solid. Intriguing game, and a lot of our Blues got a bunch of TV time. So did a lot of Foresters. That one gets away, and it's 1-1 to Grotto. One with a 2-run homer. Responsible for the Blues 2 runs. Responsible for 33 runs batted in this season now. Here's a 1-1. Grotto sends one up to Kachel at second. They'll gun quickly to first, but over the reach of Otremba, Grotto's going to take it to second as that throw gets away, and he reaches on an error. An E6 on Andrew Kachel. So one All-Star allows another All-Star to reach. Throwing error from Kachel at short allows Grotto to reach second. And there's a leadoff man in scoring position with no outs for the Blues for Vince Martinez, who struck out swinging on 4 pitches in his first plate appearance in the top of the first. We're in the top of the third now. There's no one out. And Grotto at second in the 2-2 ball game. Schmidt has gotten Martinez to swing and miss at that breaking ball away now 3 times. Vince has not been close. Expecting first pitch fastball, getting the breaking ball, and the count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Now no balls and 2 strikes. Martinez, now he's smiling. Now he knows
Come on, meat. Let's make it 3 straight.
what he's getting from De La Schmidt on the mound.
Or do they ping off when they...
He'll call time here and get over. Grotto is safe at second. He reached on a Cachel throwing error from short. There's no one out. We're in the top of the third in a tie ball game. It's 2-2. Here's an 0-2 to Martinez. That one is bounced. And it is 1-2. Easy take for Martinez as the pitch was in the dirt. What will he get now? He's got nothing but off speed in 3 straight pitches. He has swung and missed through 2. He takes 1 in the dirt there. Count is now 1-2. Already 0 for 1 with a strikeout to De La Schmidt.
I didn't see it.
They'll check second and now deliver to the cleanup hitting DH. It is the 4th straight breaking ball from Vince Martinez as he slaps his bat. And it looked like in that at-bat, De La Schmidt was not going to throw him anything other than breaking balls away. Change-ups and sliders get Martinez to strike out for the second time today for 2. And that'll bring Samuelson to the plate, man who's 1 for 1 with a single. And singled last night in the CCL showcase game. Another all-star. The outstanding third baseman out of Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. Taking strike 1, his teammate Mark Armstrong now with the Blues. Strike 1 from De La Schmidt has Samuelson in the 0-1 count. And Grotto is still safe at second. After reaching on an error, we are tied at off speed taken, count even at 1-1. Martinez 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. That was the 4th strikeout for Christian De La Schmidt. In search of a second out. It would be a key one as he tries to strand runner in scoring position. Samuelson pops one up and out of play. The count is now 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Samuelson. Third baseman out of San Diego. De La Schmidt deals. Breaking ball taken. And it was a good take. 2 balls and 2 strikes now as he's worked the count back to even. 1 out and 1 man on for the Blues. We are tied 2. This is the 5th game between the Blues and Foresters. And this is a big one. Blues just half a game out of first place in the South. Popped up. Infield will have a look. Now it's in. And Casagrande will be under it for the catch. And now there's 2 away for TJ Clarkson, who worked a 4-pitch walk in his first at-bat. Grotto remains at second. And now there's 2 outs in the top of the third. This inning could be over. The error that allowed Grotto to reach could have easily been an out. And it could be a 1-2-3 inning for Christian De La Schmidt. But right now he stares in at TJ Clarkson, the 4th man to head to the plate for the Blues in this inning. And Grotto, that man who reached on an error, is now going to reach third on a wild pitch. And the go-ahead run is 90 feet away for San Luis Obispo. TJ Clarkson takes ball 1 from De La Schmidt. Worked a 4-pitch walk. Has not seen anything that would entice him to swing. He's taken 5 balls. This is his second at-bat. Here's the 1-0. That's outside ball 2. Clarkson's seen 6 pitches. He has seen balls. He has seen 7 pitches. He has seen 7 balls. Count is 3-0 to TJ Clarkson. 4-pitch walk, his first time up. Mason Grotto is safe at third. He's the go-ahead run. There's 2 outs in the top of the third. That is ball 4. TJ Clarkson works his second 4-pitch walk. He has seen 8 pitches. None were strikes, and he is safe at first for the second time today via a 4-pitch walk. And it'll be up to Grant Burton to break this tie. We are tied at 2. We're in the top of the third. There's 2 men out and 2 men on. It's Grotto at third and Clarkson at first. For Burton, who struck out looking in his first at-bat, Burton still only has 2 hits as a Blue. Both were homers, and the average below 200. But what a time it would be for Grant to come through and break out of his slump as he takes strike one. For Burton, the average is below 100. My mistake. His average is at 91. And we're not here to slander anybody, but he hasn't gotten a hit since July 3rd. 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike two. Last got a hit on July 3rd against the Saints, and that was a solo homer at Sinsheimer Park. No balls and two strikes. Way inside, may have hit him, and it did. They're going to say that Graham Burton was hit by that pitch. He will reach first base. Bases will be loaded for Nick Costello. Bases are loaded with 2 outs for Nick Costello. There's 2 outs in the top of the third still. For Costello, he's been playing a lot better as of late. This is a guy who, when given opportunities, will make the most of them. And he has come through now, had his best game by far back on the 10th against the Oaks. That was in a losing effort as he takes ball 1. He got himself a hit. It drove in a run. He walked 3 times and scored 2 runs. Also stole a base. His last time at the plate was on the 11th against this Foresters team. Had 2 at-bats, went over in the 2 at-bats. Here comes Bill Pintard to have a conversation with Christian Daleschmidt, who has lost a bit of command in this top of the third. Again, the inning could have been over for him. As Grotto reached on an error, he'd get the next 2 men out. Martinez would strike out. Samuelson would fly out. That could have been 3 outs right there if the error is not committed, but instead, Grotto is safe at third. He advanced to third on a wild pitch. Then he walked Clarkson on 4 pitches. Then he had Burton in an 0-2 count, and he hit him on the 3rd pitch. And now he's facing Costello in a 1-0 count. Man who's already 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Bases loaded, and there's 2 outs. Top of the third, we are still tied at 2. No shortage of action here early at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Happy to have you along with us on the Blue Streaming Network. Huge at-bat here for Nick Costello. 1-0 the count, facing Daleschmidt for the 2nd time today. 1-0. Costello takes strike 1. Off speed from Daleschmidt. It's been his best stuff. It's how he has induced strikeouts. He has 4. 1 ball and 1 strike to Costello. Taken outside, ball 2. If he's able to control the off speed, that's where he's gotten outs. And if he hasn't, well, that's why the bases are loaded for a pitch walk and a man who was hit by a pitch. Here's a 2-1 to Nick Costello. That one's high and outside, and it's 3-1 now. In danger of walking in a run. 3 balls and strike the count to Nick Costello. Bases loaded. 2 outs, top of the third. We are tied at 2. And here is that 3-1. Costello taking the whole way. And it's a 5-pitch walk that walks in the 3rd run of the day for the Blues. It is an RBI walk for Nick Costello, and the tie is broken. Our score is 3-2. Here's Mark Armstrong, and again, this is his first game as a Blue. He is starting at catcher. He is batting 9th. The bases are loaded for him. His team just took the lead at 3-2. First pitch to him, taken for strike 1. Third, Burton at second. Costello at first, who just walked in a run to break our tie. 3-2 Blues lead. That's outside. One ball and 1 strike to Mark Armstrong out of Cal Poly Slope. Backup catcher swings and misses through that. It's now 1-2. Popped out to short, swinging away at the first pitch he saw. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Armstrong. Bases loaded, swung on and missed, and he got him. Daleschmidt gets out of the jam, but not before he walks in the 3rd run for the Blues. He faces pitch walk to Nick Costello, and the Blues lead 3-2, as we'll head to the Foresters half of the 3rd when we return. 3-2 our score, Blues lead. It'll be Andrew Kachel, who's already 1 for 1 with a double, stepping in to lead off the Foresters bottom of the 3rd as Trail 3-2, and a run has scored in every inning. I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be right back with you for the bottom of the third here on the Blue Streaming Network. Thanks for making us a part of your Thursday evening. Here's Andrew Cachel, as promised, to face Evan Larson for the second time today, and we'll see how the second meeting between these two goes. Andrew Cachel, CCL All-Star, started at shortstop for the South last night in Compton. Already 1-for-1 against Larson with a double. Scored on a Tanner Otremba ground rule double to make us. That was when it was 2-1. Now it's 3-2. Blues lead. Bottom third. Outside, ball one from Larson. Base is empty for Cachel. Here's a 1-0. Larson steals. Curveball in there, strike one. Count even now. And again, Cachel leading off this bottom of the third. 3-2 is our score. No one on and no one out. Here's a 1-1. That's a second straight breaking ball, and that one misses. It's now 2-1. When we talked to Evan after his start against the Foresters, his last start, when he went 6 full and didn't allow a hit, it was the best he's felt on the mound. As Cachel pops one up, and Samuelson will have a look. No play as it drifts out of bounds. Said it was the best he's felt on the mound in 3 years. 3 whole years. Went out, 6 full innings, and no hits allowed. Only allowed one man to reach on a walk. Count is even to Andrew Cachel. Swung on and strike called. Armstrong digs out of the dirt, has to go into first to complete the strikeout. First time Armstrong's done that all season. And Cachel is set down on strikes to lead out the bottom of the third. Blues lead 3-2. But Evan was in a good mood, and he was humble after his performance. Loved the fact that his team just secured the win. Foresters in that game, if you don't remember, got a run before they got a hit. And Evan Larson delivers the first pitch to Otremba. Ball one. He ground rule doubled his last time up. Takes ball one from Larson. Here's the second pitch. It's a breaking ball that's in there for strike one. One out, no one on for Otremba. His team down 3-2. Blues with the lead. But Larson was telling us also that before the game, when he was warming up, as that one's fouled off to the left side to get it to 1-2, he wasn't feeling good in the pen whatsoever. He said that he did not feel like he'd have his best stuff in this start. He felt like he'd have to go out, and hadn't started in a couple of weeks. He didn't know what to expect. And what he ended up doing was pitching better than he has in 3 years, according to him. Count is 1-2 as he's ahead on Otremba. Ooh, looked like a good pitch. And instead, it's a better take from Otremba. Our count is even at 2-2. One out. 3-2 Blues lead. Larson deals. Swung on and missed strike three. It's now 3 straight strikeouts for Larson. And that gives him 4 on the evening. And 26 on the season. Here's Ryan Robleski. Bats with 2 out and no one on, bottom of the third. His team still trailing 3-2 as the Blues walked in a run in the last half. In the top half of this third. We're in the bottom half of this third. First pitch from Larson to Robleski is swung on and missed, as that pitch was not even close, strike one. In fact, it was not even caught by Armstrong. And Robleski will look to shorten his strike zone and await a 0-1 pitch. Oh, 1. High ball 1. Evan Larson, third inning of work, 4 strikeouts to his credit, has allowed 2 runs to score, but is pitching with a 1-run cushion. Working through the signs with Armstrong, waiting for the 2 to agree. Now they do, and he'll deal. Flared out to left. That one's going back. That one's gone. We're tied again at 3. It is 3-3. Solo homer for Ryan Robleski. A run has scored in multiple runs have scored in every inning now. It's 3-3. Larson gives up the solo bomb to Robleski, and that'll bring Dylan Campbell to the plate. His situation the same. First pitch. The batter averaging over 400 in the batter's box. He'll take strike 1 from him. A 1. Now 1-1 for Robleski. That's his 4th homer this season. He leads the team in that category. It was his 15th RBI. We are tied at 3. That's ball 2 to Campbell.
I'm used to 2 holes.
Ryan Robleski just homered to left center. We are tied at 3. There's 2 outs and no one on for Dylan Campbell, who flew out to left in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Checked his swing, but I'll say he held. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Thanks, ump. Thanks, Blue. I can't see the scoreboard. 3-1. High and inside. Ball 4. It's a walk for Campbell. And that'll bring Zoe back to the plate. Man who's 1 for 1 with a stolen base and a run scored. He singled to lead off the bottom of the second. Foresters have already tied us at 3. Larson still trying to get out of this third. Has given up 3 earned. First Zoe, strike 1. Well, every time the Foresters have scored, it's been via a extra base hit. First time was on an Otremba ground rule double. Second time was on a Jared Thomas double that he tried to turn into a triple and was out at third. And now Robleski homers to tie us at 3. There have been 2 homers hit in the game by both teams. Grotto, the 2-run bomb. Now Robleski, a solo shot. Last time we were here, 2 home runs were hit, both by the Blues. Both solo shots by Martinez and Samuelson. Zoback awaits the second pitch from Larson. Runner takes off for second. Armstrong is gunning there, and it's the 3rd stolen base for the Foresters. That one by Dylan Campbell, and that is his 2nd stolen base this season.
The string attached.
I believe the count is 2-1. And here's the fourth pitch from Larson to Zobak, who's 1-for-1 with a single. Campbell reached on a walk and has stolen a base. That swung on and missed. Count even at 2-2. Campbell was walked and stole second. That's the third stolen base for the Foresters today. Count is even at 2-2. I was right on it. We have it so good at Sinsheimer Park, I take it for granted when I can't see the scoreboard or right field. Two balls and two strikes to Zobak. Fouled off, and we'll do it all over again. Count and situation remain the same. The count is 2-2 to Zobak. There are 2 outs and a man on second here in the bottom of the third in a 3-3 ball game. Compelling start. Or shaky, however you feel this one can be summed up for both pitchers, but when it's 3-3 in the bottom of the third, I'd tune in. Here's a 2-2 to Zobak. Out to right. It's a fair ball, and our tie has been broken. Steven Zobak, who doubled. Zobak is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Brings in the go-ahead run for the Foresters to break our tie again. It is 4-3, and the Foresters have retaken the lead. They've scored 2 in this bottom of the third, and it's Tyler Grande now. That's Zobak's second hit, his first RBI. And that'll bring Casa Grande to the plate, who struck out looking, but here comes pitching coach Dean Traynor to have a word with Evan Larson before he faces Casa Grande, who he struck out looking back in the second.
Thank you very much to Santa Barbara Independent for being today's game day sponsor. And congratulations to all of you. You're the biggest crowd of the summer.
Oh, this is their biggest crowd. There are a lot of people here. I'm not going to deny it. There's a good amount of people here. They have been the loudest, and you guys watching can confirm that. I'd apologize for it, but there's really nothing I can do. It is out of my control, unless I want to get mad at everyone. But why kill the vibe? When you're the visiting broadcaster, no one wants you here other than the Blues, and I'm here for the Blues. It is 4-3, Foresters with the lead. Casa Grande stands in with Zobak at second after he just doubled go ahead. Our score 4-3. And here's the first pitch from Larson to Casa Grande. Evan still trying to get out of this everlasting bottom of the third. First pitch is a fastball that dips away, ball 1. Two extra base hits in this inning have scored 2 more Foresters runs. It's the only way they've done it. It's their third double. 3 of their 4 runs have scored on doubles. Here's a 1-0. That's grounded softly to Mercado. Takes a couple hops, and he guns to first. Inning is over. 6-3 on the ground out to Casa Grande, and Larson finally gets out of the bottom of the third, but not before surrendering the lead to Santa Barbara. Robleski homers to tie us at 3. Zobak doubles to give them the lead at 4-3. That's our score. 7 runs through 3. We're heading into the top of the 4th. We're at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara as the sun invades our live stream camera. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you for the top of the 4th. Thank you so much for joining us on the Blue Streaming Network and making us a part of your Thursday evening. Game 28 of this Blues season. Chapter 5 of the Blues and Foresters rivalry in 2021. I'll be right back after a short break. Top of the fourth as Mercado leads things off for the Blues. Our score is 4-3 as the Foresters took the lead in the bottom half of the third. Mercado 1 for 2 today with a double. Dayla Schmidt looks in and deals to Mercado for the third time today. Off-speed pitch in there for strike one. Ruben imploring for a ball. And he's behind in the count 0-1. No balls, one strike, no one on, and now no balls and two strikes. No outs either. Mercado leading off the top of the fourth with the Blues down by one. Blues have led by two, have led by one, have now trailed by one in this back and forth affair. That's taken in the dirt ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Mercado sends that off-speed pitch out to right. Swung on and missed strike 3. Mercado sat down on strikes. He's the first out in the top of the fourth. That brings Kretschmar to the plate. Singled back in the first, grounded out to short in the second. 1 for 2 today. 1 out, no one on. Blues trail 4-3. Top of the fourth here at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Minute from the beach. Game 5 between these two teams this year. That's strike 1. Grotto is due up after Kretschmar, but Austin takes outside ball 1. So Grotto, the 2-run bomb, obviously plated 2 of the 3 Blues runs. Swung on and missed. Kretschmar count even at 2-2. That strikeout of Mercado was the 6th of the day for Dayla Schmidt. That breaking ball is swung on and missed by Kretschmar, and now it's 7 strikeouts for Christian Dayla Schmidt. He has struck out 3 straight Blues, Armstrong, Mercado, and Kretschmar. But now he has to deal with Mason Grotto, who's third. Oh, he's just third in the CCL in batting average. You can yawn at that. Batting average at 385 for Mason coming into play. RBIs 32 and 33 were driven in the top of the first. No catch. It's 0-1. Tying him for first in the RBI category in the entire CCL. He's tied with Quentin Hall of the Lincoln Potters, who has done the majority of his damage in non-conference play. Grotto grounds 1 foul. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Grotto. Did not have a hit in the showcase game. I know we were all shocked by that. Mason was probably shocked by that. Takes inside ball 1. Righty on righty. Facing the man he's already homered off of today. Here's a 1-2. Popped up and out of play. Vince Martinez. Crosses our camera. Chase that one high. Popped it up. Infield will have a look. It is Morrissey to make the catch. And then Grotto pops out to second. Our score remains 4-3. Foresters with the lead.
The Foresters player hits a double here at the bottom of the fourth inning. That's a double. And we're going to give away 40 coupons for
Four to 3 our score. Foresters bats will be up when we come back in the bottom of the fourth. Thanks for hanging. Pitching change for the Blues as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It's the right-hander, and we haven't seen him in quite some time. It's Noah Bullard. And Noah Bullard, the junior at Santa Barbara Community College, hometown of Paso Robles, California, 6-foot right-hander. It's his third appearance as a Blue, and we didn't think that late in the month of June we'd see Noah again. Left the team in late June, has made 2 pitching appearances. This will be his third officially. Went 2 full innings, back on the 11th against the Potters, and 1 full inning against the Mudcats in a 17-0 rout. So Noah's made 2 appearances for the Blues, and this is his first appearance in almost a month. For SLO, here's an 0-1. Righty deals outside, ball 1. So good to have Bullard back and looking to contribute as he did in his previous 2 appearances. But now he faces CCL South competition and gets a real taste of what this stretch of games has been like for the Blues as of late. Delivers ball 2 to Jared Thomas. Bullard in his 3 full innings pitched, struck out 5, only walked 1, gave up 4 hits. Only 2 earned runs to his credit. Fouled off. Count will be even at 2-2. So Bullard is back and dealing for the Blues and has Jared Thomas in a 2-2 count here, leading off the bottom of the fourth in what is a 4-3 ball game, and the Foresters have the lead. Jared Thomas's last time up drove in a run on a double. That was the tying run. He was out at third trying to stretch it into a hole. Here's the 2-2 from Bullard. It's grounded to Samuelson at third. He'll gun to first in time for the out.
Reminder, fans, if you do have a foul ball, we do need it back. So we really need to bring the foul ball back here to the announcer booth behind home plate. And we'll give you a blender's card for it.
Bullard gets 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here's Josiah Morrissey. Morrissey bats from the left side, facing Bullard for the first time today. Breaking ball, slow 1. No one on and 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. So this is Bullard's first test against conference pitching. In the dirt, ball 2, facing Morrissey, who has only seen now 3 pitches in the ball game. On the first pitch he saw from Larson, it was a breaking ball that hit his back foot, and he took first base after being hit by a pitch. So has seen 3 balls, and the 3 pitches he's seen. 2-0 to Morrissey. Here's the third pitch from Bullard to Josiah, Forrester's second baseman. That's outside, ball 3, and Morrissey is firmly ahead in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. Bottom of the fourth, 1 on, no one out. 1 out, excuse me, no one on. That's out. That's in there. Okay, strike 1. And Morrissey was about to drop that bat and take off for first. That was also a hesitant call by the home plate umpire, but it's 3-1 no less, and Morrissey has to await another pitch from Bullard, and that's in there, strike 2.
Go now. Here you go.
So after falling behind 3-0, Bullard's gotten 2 straight strikes and has worked the count full to Morrissey. Josiah is standing in and awaiting a payoff pitch from Noah Bullard. That's outside, ball 4, and it will indeed be a walk. Morrissey's reached on, in both his plate appearances, he's been hit by a pitch and walked. Now we're back at the top of the Foresters lineup, and Kendall Pettis, who's 0 for 2, popped out to second, struck out looking. 1 on and 1 out, bottom 4. Bullard facing Pettis for the first time tonight. 4-3 our score. Foresters with the lead. That's the first pitch sent over to Kretschmar at second. Double play ball. Mercado has it. Gunning to first. Not in time to get him. But they get 1. And it's the lead out runner at second. So now there's 2 outs, and Pettis and Morrissey trade places at first. Pettis is safe at first on fielder's choice. Andrew Cachel stands in with a man on first and 2 outs. Cachel 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Throw over to first, checks on Pettis now. So Morrissey walked. Pettis looked like he might ground into a double play. Sent it to Kretschmar at second. He gunned to Mercado, who got the out at second. Throw on to first, and Clarkson was not in time to get Pettis, who's safe at first now on a fielder's choice. Cachel stands in to face Bullard. That is taken, and it's the 4th stolen base for the Foresters as Pettis steals second. And there's a runner in scoring position as Cachel took a ball on the pitch. For Pettis, that is his 12th base. Second on the team in that category to Cachel, the man at the plate now. The only 2 men on the Foresters with double digits in that category. That's ball 2 to Cachel. Time is called. Armstrong going to have a word with Bullard on the mound. So Pettis is now safe at second after stealing his 12th base this season. And Cachel is ahead in the count on Bullard. Righty on lefty. Bullard will check second and deal to the CL All-Star. That one's grounded to Kretschmar at second again. He'll gun to first, and that'll end the inning. Foresters threaten and get another man in scoring position. They have stolen 4 bases, all when a man has reached. Now on a fielder's choice, 2 walks and a single. That's how the 4 stolen bases have been stolen after those men reach first. But through 4, our score remains the same. It is 4-3 Foresters with the lead. Blues bats will have their chance to change that. It'll be Martinez, the top of the 5th. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Vince will look to get right, and it's Christian Daleschmidt still out there. He'll be out for his 5th inning of work against the Blues, has surrendered 3 runs, but struck out 3 straight Blues and had himself a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 4th. We'll look to repeat that in the top of the 5th when we come back. It's 4-3 Santa Barbara. We're in Santa Barbara. We're minutes from the beach. It's the last time we'll be here, and for the viewing audience, I'm sure you're thrilled to hear that as the sun invades our live stream camera and we can't see right field, but we're having a good time nonetheless. It's a good one. 4-3 our score, top of the 5th when we come back. Not sure how much luck we're going to have playing with that camera. That's a ball inside to Martinez. 4-3 is our score. We're in the top of the 5th. Christian Daleschmidt is still on the mound, facing Martinez for the 2nd time today. He struck him out swinging both times. Well, Martinez works a walk. Blues get the leadoff man on here in the top of the 5th. Be a base on balls. Martinez is safe at first with a walk. It's the first time he's reached today. The man at the plate, Tate Samuelson, is 1 for 2 with a single. Flew out to left. His last. That was in the top of the 3rd. Top of the 5th now, 1 man on and no outs. Daleschmidt deals strike 1 to Samuelson. That's ball 2, and Samuelson is ahead in the count 2-0 here early. Blues get the leadoff man on. It was Martinez who took a walk. He's safe at first now, and there's no outs. Here in the top of the 5th, Samuelson in a 2-0 count facing Schmidt. Foul tipped away, and now it's 2-1. Could have been ball 3. But Samuelson fouls it off and is still ahead in the count at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Samuelson 1 for 2 today. That's high, ball 3. Three balls and 1 strike as Samuelson is ahead in the count with his team down 4-3. That's fouled away, and the count is full now. Schmidt's worked it full. Samuelson 1 for 2 today. Martinez finally reached on a walk. Blues get that leadoff man on, and that's led to good things. Payoff pitch. That one's grounded to Kachel at short. He'll throw to first, throw to second, and they'll throw to first. And it's a double play. 6-4-3 on the double play. Samuelson grounds out to short. Kachel threw over to Morrissey. Morrissey threw to Otremba, and that's how the double play goes down. And the leadoff man on is quickly erased, along with Tate Samuelson. 2 outs and no one on for TJ Clarkson, who has not seen a strike today and still hasn't. It's technically ball 9. So he took a 4-pitch walk in the first, took a 4-pitch walk in the third, stands in now after seeing ball 1, and now seeing ball 2. That's incredible. He's seen 10 pitches. None have been strikes. All have been taken for balls. And Clarkson is hesitant to swing at anything Schmidt throws. Well, that's a strike, and it's finally 2-1 after Clarkson saw 10 straight strikes. From Christian Schmidt, counts 2-1 to the first baseman out of the University of Utah. Fouled away. Count even at 2-2.
When you start cooking your dog, I think people got
2-2 the count. No one on and 2 outs. We're at the top of the 5th. Grounded foul to the right side. Our score is 4-3. Santa Barbara with the lead. Blues coming off of a 1-2-3 fourth and in danger of surrendering here in the 5th. Breaking ball taken for ball 3. Not surrendering, but giving up another scoreless inning is what I'm meant to say. And Schmidt, in his 5th inning of work, deals ball 4 to TJ Clarkson, who has walked 3 times tonight. This is actually the 2nd time this has happened this season, where TJ Clarkson has walked 3 times in a game. The first was actually and I'll confirm this as I look at his numbers and his base on balls. So he came into this game with 11. He now has 14. He's walked 14 times this season, TJ Clarkson has. And if we look back, it was back on the 29th. It was a 4-0 shutout to Orange County. He walked 3 times. He's done so again here in Santa Barbara. He's safe at first for Grant Burton, who I believe took strike 1. So here's the 0-1. Now it's 0-2. And Burton struck out looking back in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, stands in now with Clarkson, safe at first, who's walked 3 times. Vince Martinez walked to lead off the inning, but a double play by Samuelson erased that. Swung on and missed strike 3. Burton struck out twice. Has only reached after being hit by a pitch. Our score is still 4-3. Santa Barbara with the lead. And just as myself and the Blues interns have invaded Pershing Park, I mean that in a good way. the sun has invaded our live stream. Our score is 4-3. Santa Barbara with the lead. And Noah Bullard is on the mound, set for a second inning of relief against the Foresters bats, who will look to tack on to their one-run lead when we come back. Bottom 5 upcoming. It'll be Tanner Otremba to lead things off for Santa Barbara. And I'm Zach Ebrahim, and hope you're enjoying this one as much as I am. 4-3 our score. Foresters with the lead. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with you on the Blue Streaming Network. Bottom 5 underway. Tanner Otremba leading things off 1 for 2. He has doubled in this one. That was of the ground rule variety. That drove in the first run of the day for the Foresters. 3 runs later, they lead 4-3. And he swings and misses through strike 1 from Noah Bullard. 0-1 the count. Sent out to center, and it'll drop violently in front of Burton. Takes a very weird hop out there in center, and it turns into a double for Tanner Otremba, his second of the evening. And this one leads off the bottom of the 5th, and that's trouble. Otremba is safe at second now with his second double. Trouble meaning Robleski's at the plate, and his last time up, he homered. 1 for 2 with a solo homer. Leads the team in home runs with 4. Has 15 RBIs to his credit. That also leads the team, and he'll be looking to add to that RBI category with a runner in scoring position. His team already leading 4-3. Quick conversation between Austin Kretschmar and Nate Bullard. Noah Bullard, excuse me.
I needed this to watch how my second talk go. Oh my God.
Sent out to center again. And Burton, he'll make that catch. Does not land in front of him. There's one away as Otremba remains at second.
Base hit here gets every adult fan a $5 coupon at Salty at the Beach.
Noah Bullard has gotten that key first out. Now we'll look to deal to Dylan Campbell. First time he's faced Campbell today. Walked in the 3rd. Runner on second, and 1 out. 4-3 Foresters. Bullard steps off.
No one's there.
Come on, Dylan, base hit, huh?
Campbell takes ball 1 from Bullard. Otremba, a more conventional double, sent that one out to center. Took a weird hop on Burton. He's safe at second now. Campbell stands in. His average over 400 in this is now his 9th game with the Foresters. Made his debut against the Blues. That's taken for a strike. Bullard checks second twice. Steps off. Forrester's leading 4-3, and they took that lead on a Steven Zobak double. This man, Dylan Campbell, sends one out to left, and that'll drop in the gap in left center. Run's going to score. It's now 5-3, and it's back-to-back doubles that have the lead at 5-3 for Santa Barbara. It's a double and an RBI for Dylan Campbell. For Campbell, this is actually his 6th game, not his 9th. He's now driven in 8 runs. That's his 2nd double, and he is safe at 2nd. Bullard surrenders a run. It is 5-3 now for Steven Zobak, who drove in the 4th run of the game for Santa Barbara and is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. The man who wears number 17, the man who can hit, pitch, and run, DH today and batting 6th. Played in the CCL Showcase game last night. Pitched in that one. Taking off for 3rd, gunning there is Armstrong. Not in time to get him. It's the 4th stolen base for Santa Barbara. And now Dylan Campbell, after doubling in the 5th run for Santa Barbara, is safe at 3rd. Still only 1 out. It's another stolen base. And a runner at 3rd for the Foresters. That's inside on Zobak, and it's taken for a ball. So Bullard has come in. Otremba doubled, and then Robleski flew out. Then Campbell doubled in. Otremba has just stolen 3rd, and Zobak, who's 2 for 2, is at the plate. That one is sent out to right. That one's carrying, and that one's gone. Incredibly, Zobak has homered. It's 7-3. And he has singled, doubled, and homered. He pitched in the CCL Showcase game last night. He's DHing tonight and is 3 for 3 with a double, a single, and a homer. He's driven in 3 runs. That brings Casagrande to the plate, who's 0 for 2. Bases were just cleared on the homer. It's 7-3 now as the Foresters continue to tack on. Bullard deals strike 1 to Casagrande. Still just 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. The only inning in which the Foresters did not score a run was the 4th. We're in the 5th now, and Casagrande sends one softly out to shallow left. Grotto makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Now 2 away for Jared Thomas, who has driven in one of the 7 runs himself. Back to Zobak, though. It's fitting, and they talked about this on the showcase last night, that he does wear number 17 because the phenomenon of Shohei Ohtani is overtaking Major League Baseball, and this is a man who, we can't compare him to Shohei, but we can do this much. He wears 17. He pitched well in the showcase game last night, has pitched well for them all season out of the bullpen, and in this one has driven in 3 runs with a homer and a double. He pitched in the showcase game yesterday, in which no at-bats are easy because you're facing all-stars from the north and south. He was facing all-stars from the north. He faced some men from the Blues. That's ball 1 in the dirt from Bullard. So Steven Zobak continues to impress. Bullard gets Thomas to foul one off. For Zobak, it's his 2nd homer. He now has 13 RBIs on the season. That double that drove in a run was his 4th. Batting average of .333 will skyrocket after this 3 for 3 outing so far. 1-1 to Thomas. Taking high, ball 2. Thomas grounded out to 3rd, back in the 4th. Again, it is 7-3. Santa Barbara has the lead. They have tacked on 3 in this bottom of the 5th. Fouled off, and it's 2-2.
Yeah. I'm going to modify before I even crack it.
Foresters lead by 4. Blues coming off of their 7-5 victory here in Santa Barbara. They did that in comeback fashion. They'll have to come back in this one, and we'll have 4 innings to do so. Ground to Clarkson at first. It'll be 3 unassisted, and that'll end the inning.
Well, thanks to Foresters hitters, everybody's going home a winner tonight. Salty at the beach, $5 drink coupon.
It's the that was the 3rd homer of the ballgame. Steven Zobak. And that one was a 2-run bomb. It made our score now 7. Santa Barbara with the lead. We'll head to the top of the 6th now. It'll be the bottom 3rd of this Blues lineup. And Nick Costello, who walked in a run back in the 3rd, leading off the top of the 6th when we come back. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Foresters. We'll introduce you to him on the other end of this break. Thanks for hanging out and spending your Thursday evening with us here on the Blue Streaming Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Foresters, number 11, Ian Churchill. This will be Ian's 3rd appearance this season. Has not given up an earned run in his previous 2. His first came on July 3rd, pitched an inning against a non-conference foe. Did not give up a hit. Struck out all 3. Struck out the side when he came in on the 3rd. Came in on the 8th against the Saints in a losing effort. Gave up a run. It was unearned, and also walked 1 and struck out 1. This is his 3rd appearance. Senior out of the University of Arizona, hometown of Santa Barbara. Hometown kid. Playing for the Foresters. Deals strike 1 to Costello. That's all 1. Count will be even. Nick has struck out and walked in a run with the bases loaded. We mentioned he's been productive as of late. 1 ball and 1 strike. No one on and no outs. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blues trail 7-3. Churchill, the lefty, deals to the lefty Costello. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one's in the dirt and gets away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Costello. It's his 3rd at-bat. With the count even, it's Costello leading off the top of the 6th. Swung on and missed at the elevated fastball. There's 1 away for Mark Armstrong. It's actually a pinch hitter for Armstrong. It is Evan Steinberg.
Pitch hitting for the Blues, number 43, Evan Steinberger. Pitch hitting.
Steinberger. And we don't mean to disrespect him in any way. But Evan Steinberg, like 1 from Churchill, now takes strike 2. and is behind in the count 0-2. There is no one on and one out. We're in the top of the sixth. Our score is 7-3. Foresters with the lead. Take by Evan, and that's ball one. Grounded to second. Really nice play made by Morrissey. We're 3 on the ground out, and there's 2 away for Ruben Mercado. 1 for 3, and then one with a double and a strikeout. Blues trail 7-3. No one on and 2 outs in the top of the sixth for Mercado. First pitch from Churchill to Mercado. It's taken ball one, high and outside.
All right, I will allow it for 1 inning.
1 out. Fouled off, and it's 1-1. One ball. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Game of life speed, so I had to slam.
1-2.
It was like I had my beer.
1-2. That dips low, and it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Mercado. Churchill deals. Foul tipped into the glove of Thomas. And it's a strikeout of Mercado. 1-2-3 inning for the Blues in the top of the sixth. Ian Churchill comes in and looks extremely effective. The senior out of the University of Arizona, Pac-12 pitcher, and the lefty gets himself a 1-2-3 top of the sixth. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth with our score 7-3. Santa Barbara with the lead. Blues starting their stretch of games here after the All-Star break. It was a short break, and they're quickly back to work here. We're in Santa Barbara tonight, and then we're at home for a lot of games in a row. And we better see you here at Sinsheimer Park, or you better join us here on the Blues Streaming Network. We'll have you covered. New pitcher on the mound for the Blues is number 41, Cade Walker, the lefty coming in and pitching in when we return. Bottom of the sixth, almost underway. Cade Walker pitching in relief of Noah Bullard. Noah making his first appearance with the Blues in almost a month. He has returned to San Luis Obispo. Happy to have Noah back, but now it's the youngster, Cade Walker, freshman on his way to Cuesta College to play for Bob Miller. Pitching with the Blues down 4. In the bottom of the sixth, and bottom of the fifth, saw them plate 3 on a double and a 2-run homer. This is Josiah Morrissey now. He takes strike 1 from Cade Walker, freshman on his way to Cuesta, hometown of Chicago, Illinois, playing for ball. Fouled off, and it's 0-2. Quickly ahead here on Morrissey. The job for the bullpen throughout this one is to give some length. Quick at-bats would be nice. Keep the pitch count low for a bullpen that has been recently taxed. And the All-Star break certainly helping with that. But 0-2, breaking ball outside now 1-2. Quick outings and quick outs would also help a bullpen that could use quick outings and could use some rest. not getting a lot of length out of Evan Larson today, but Evan always wanted to bounce back. 1-2. Rachel fouled off, and counting situation remained the same. It's Morrissey leading off the bottom of the sixth. And it's Evan Steinberg who has filled in at catcher. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Morrissey. Fouled off again. Still 2-2. Morrissey's been hit by a pitch. He walked. Those are the only 2 times that he's reached. He's not gotten a base hit and has not struck out. Has not been out. And the count is still 2-2 facing Cade Walker. Here's that 2-2. Breaking ball. Oh, try to frame it. It's taken for ball 3. So now we're seeing both catchers in this game brand new for the Blues. And they're working through signs with the men on the mound. And they're trying to get on track. Here's a payoff pitch from Walker to Morrissey. Outside ball. That was ball 3. Excuse me. They did not count that last pitch. 3-2. Fouled off, and we'll await another payoff pitch. Walker facing Morrissey for the first time today. Now that sun's beginning to set. Now we have a better view of the field. That's nice. What's not nice is the Blues are down 4 and will have to come back. Starts with holding the Forester scoreless here in the bottom of the 6th. Morrissey leading things off. Here's a payoff pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike 3. There's one away now and no one on for Kendall Pettis, who will come to the plate and face Cade Walker for the first time today. Pettis is 0 for 2 and reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Walker facing Pettis in a 7-3 ball game. Foresters lead. Breaking ball dips low and gets away. It's ball 1.
No, but like, is he just sitting there?
1 ball and no strikes. Walker deals to Pettis. Outside ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. That's strike 1. That one's in there over the heart of the plate. It's got Pettis in a 2-1 count.
Well, mine is not.
That's ball 3. So Cade struck out Morrissey on a full count. In full count, I should say. Here's another payoff pitch. That's high ball 4. First walk surrendered. And for Pettis, it is his 13th walk this season. He is second on the team in that category. But here is Andrew Cachel batting with 1 man on. It's Pettis who just walked in. 1 out. That was Morrissey who struck out. Walker deals strike 1 to the CCL All-Star. 1 strike out for Cachel. Throwing over to first. We mentioned that Cade Walker's on his way to play for Bob Miller at Cuesta College. Bob Miller, of course, was the head coach of the CCL All-Star North team. Blues players and coaches representing the North, as there are more teams. That's ball 1. Count 1 and 1. There are more teams in the South than there are in the North. So when it comes to filling out rosters for an All-Star game, they're going to take a team like the Blues, who are, in theory, right in the center of California, put their players in the North. Blues had 7 players represented in the CCL All-Star Showcase. That's popped up in the counts 1 and 2. They had 7 players. That was tied for the most. Matt Sox started the game. Mason Grotto batted 4th. Tate Samuelson batted 5th. Heston Toll came in to pitch an inning. Kyle Wish came in to pitch. And, of course, Miller Plyman and Heston Toll. Oh, excuse me, I mentioned Heston Toll. Austin Shell as well. Do not forget Austin. Throw over to first, checks on Pettis. He is safe. And talking to Coach Miller about how the overall experience was last night, he said it was one of the more fun things he's done in his life. He said it was fun to put together a lineup that you really don't have to think about. No one on the team, there's no weak link. It's an all-star game. That one gets away, and it's a stolen base for Pettis. It's the 5th stolen base for the Foresters. He's in scoring position as Andrew Cachel works the count in his favor. But Coach Miller just saying he had a lot of fun with it, that obviously he's not very familiar with players from the North. We only played teams in the North earlier in this season. As of late, it's been all teams from the South. It's been all conference play games. Another pitch. Cachel grounds one up the middle. Base hit for Cachel. Pettis rounds third. He'll come in to score. It's 8-3. That'll bring Tanner Otremba to the plate. It is 8-3. That was the final score in the third game between the Blues and Foresters.
7-3.
Andrew Cachel just singled in a run for Cachel. That is his, of course, team-leading 27th hit and RBI number 12. Cade Walker deals with Cachel now at first, taking the place of Pettis, who came in to score on that base hit to center. Facing Tanner Otremba. Lefty on righty. Strike one.
When you guys call the number,
No ball and one strike. Breaking ball. Looked like it might be in there for a good pitch. It's taken for a ball.
okay, thank you guys for doing that. Appreciate it. We are fine.
Where's Dave when we need him?
Yeah, you will.
Walker deals to Otremba. That's fouled off to the left side. If I mute the mic in between pitches, it's just because there's so much coming from the crowd right now. All right. It's 8-3.
Anybody else?
Santa Barbara leads.
Okay.
Runner takes off for second. Breaking ball gets away. It's a stolen base for Cachel. It's the 6th stolen base for the Foresters tonight. And for Cachel, it is his team-leading 14th stolen base.
That was like, what's the
Bottom 6, man on second, and one away. Now taking off for third. That's grounded foul. He was going for a 15th stolen base. He'll have to head back into second. Already drove in a run in this inning. There's still only one out in this inning. And we're in the bottom of the 6th. Otremba has doubled twice. One was a ground rule. Double, that drove in a run. That was the first run for the Foresters. And doubled to center. Now Cachel will take off. It's his 15th stolen base. And in the process, Otremba strikes out. Now there's 2 away for 1 for 3 with that solo shot. Cade Walker stands in to face Robleski for the first time. Ryan 1 for 3 with his homer. Bats with Cachel at third. He's stolen now 2 bases to give him 15 total on the season. That one's left. Drifts foul. Robleski swings away at the first pitch, and it's sent foul, so Cade Walker's ahead in the count 0-1. Trying to keep the deficit at just 5 for San Luis Obispo. It's 8-3, 8-3 our score. 5-run deficit. Robleski in an 0-1 count. And on third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. That swung on and missed. It gets away. The run will score. It is 9-3. And the route continues. A wild pitch scores Cachel from third. And Cade Walker still has to deal with Ryan Robleski. It's also getting rather cold. Strike three called.
And through 6 complete, your Foresters on top on Santa Barbara Independent night, 9-3.
It is 9-3. Blues bats up in the top of the 7th when we come back. They are down 6, in danger of dropping a second game to the Foresters this season. They've taken 3 of 4. Foresters looking to get back on track. They're coming off of a loss. And if the Blues are unable to win, they will drop to, depending on, we'll have to check. And that's actually something I should do in between innings here. I'm going to check on that Arroyo Seco Saints and Conejo Oaks matchup, because that's the matchup between the team in the 1 seed and the team in the 3 seed. This is the matchup between the team in the 2 seed and the 4 seed. We'll see if I can get a live update on that game and see what it would mean if the Blues are unable to come back from this 9-3 deficit. When we come back, their bats will be up in the top of the 7th. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network and making us a part of your Thursday evening. It's 9-3, and I'll be right back. Austin Kretschmar leads off the top of the 7th. We have reached the 7th inning here at Pershing Park. It's popped up and out of play. 0-1. We got an update on that Oaks Saints game in the bottom of the 5th. It's 8-0. I actually forgot who was leading the game. I think it was 8-0 Saints? I think it was. So that means that if the Blues are to lose, they could drop to 3rd. Actually, may drop to 4th with a loss to Santa Barbara, who's in 4th right now. A lot to figure out, and we'll have it all sorted out before tomorrow's ball game. Kretschmar's in a 2-2 count, leading off the top of the 7th. No one on and no outs. Fouled off to the right side.
Ready though. I've been in the mitt.
Kretschmar stands in. 1 for 3. Now lined up to center, and that'll get into the outfield for a base hit for Austin Kretschmar. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Came in to score on the Grotto homer in the top of the 1st. Blues led 2-0 early, and that was the most they would lead by. It is now 9-3. Foresters with the lead. First pitch to Grotto, sent out to right. That's a base hit. Back-to-back for the Blues. Oh, it's bobbled out in right, and Grotto will take 2nd, and Kretschmar will take 3rd. So now runners on second and third. Errant play out there by Robleski allows Grotto to single and reach second, and Kretschmar to reach all the way to third. Then on second and third with no out for Vince Martinez.
Oh, good that way.
Vince Martinez stands in after Kretschmar and Grotto singled. They're on second and third with no outs in the top of the seventh. It's ball one. It's Scott Ellis on the mound, newly inserted, has given up back-to-back singles. Count is 1-0 on Martinez. He'll step off, run through the signs again with Jared Thomas. Again, it is 9-3. Scott Ellis, this is his sixth appearance, ERA of 7.36. That's bounced. Run can score. Kretschmar will indeed. Grotto takes third. It's 9-4. And you hear the Blues interns. Ellis allows a run to score on the wild pitch. He's a sophomore at Oregon, hometown of Bakersfield. And it is 9-4. Grotto is at third. Martinez is in a 2-0 count at the plate. And there's no one out.
Throw me out. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. I dare you. Don't bother buying.
Martinez has struck out twice and walked.
And we really appreciate your generous support. Of course, there's one of you would go home a winner, but
Good conversation on the mound with Scott Ellis to get him sorted out as he'll face the power threat of Vince Martinez. Blues have played it one in the inning. That came on a wild pitch that Ellis delivered to Martinez. So Kretschmar came in to score as he was at third. Grotto's now at third. There's no one out. It's 9-4. And we're in the top of the seventh. Killed out to right, but foul. And it's 2-1. Blues are down 5 in the top of the seventh. There's no one out. 2-1. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Martinez has struggled with the off speed tonight. There's no question about it. In his second at bat, that came in the third. He got thrown nothing but sliders and changeups and struck out swinging. Here's a 2-2 from Ellis. Bounce to the plate. If Grotto saw that one get to the backstop, he would have tried to come in to score. It's 9-4 now as the count is full to Vince Martinez. And there's a man on third. There's no one out in the top of the seventh, and the Blues are down 5. Payoff pitch. Popped up. Infield will have a look. Ranging over. Right side. There is no play as it's in the trees. Martinez still up there. 3-2. It is 9-4. Martinez in a full count against Scott Ellis, newly inserted. So looking for that first out of the top of the seventh. Here's a payoff pitch. In there, strike three called, and it was. Here comes Tate Samuelson. So Martinez has struck out for the third time today. That's the first time he struck out looking. Now Tate Samuelson, who's 1 for 3, stands in with Grotto still at third. And the Blues down 9-4. First pitch from Ellis to Samuelson is bounced to the plate again. It's the third time he's done it. And the second time Thomas has had to save a pitch from getting to the backstop. 1 to Samuelson. 1-0 to Tate. Taken outside, ball 2. Ellis able to send a fastball down the middle to Martinez, who was not expecting the pitcher on the mound, who has struggled with control, to deliver a pitch that over the plate. Here's a 2-0. And Samuelson grounds one to third. Grotto, and they get that second out. And that is massive. can now not score on contact. It has to be a base hit, as there's 2 outs in the top of the 7th for TJ Clarkson, who has walked 3 times. It's the second time this season he has walked 3 times. And on third, 2 out, 9-4. Top 7. Bounce to the plate again, and Thomas saves another one. Jared Thomas has saved a run now 3 times, keeping his eye on Grotto and obviously keeping his eye on those balls that have been bounced to the plate. 1-0 the count to TJ Clarkson, who has only seen 2 strikes today. There's the third, and it's 1-1. So Clarkson has walked 3 times, has seen now 3 strikes, and is a 1-1 count. That's ball 2. Poor TJ has not seen anything to even think about swinging at. 2 balls and 1 strike in a 9-4 ball game, top of the 7th here, with 2 away at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. That's outside ball 3. If Clarkson is to walk, which seems like it might be a foregone conclusion, it would bring the power threat of Grant Burton to the plate. But first, he's walked 4 times today. It is the first time a Blue has walked this many times in a game all season. He is on first. He's walked 4 times. Wow. And here is Grant Burton. 2 hits as a Blue. Both have been homers. Batting average below 100. But when he makes contact, it goes a long way. And he is a right-hander, right-handed outfielder from Sanford. And that short porch out in left, only 310 feet. If Burton's able to pull a ball, he can make this one interesting. Men on first and third, 2 outs, top 7. Ellis deals Burton. Strike 1. Over 2 hours into this one, and we're only in the top of the 7th. Around this time, back on the 11th, this game between these 2 teams. Blues had come back and won. It's going to need to go on a bit longer if the Blues are able to storm all the way back. Down 5. 0-1. 0-2 now. No balls and 2 strikes to Grant Burton. Breaking ball. Jared Thomas popped out of his stance thinking that was going to be a called strike 3. Instead, it's 1-2 to Grant Burton. Fouled off, and it's 1-2. Runner on third is still Grotto. He's been there for 2 outs. 1-2 to Burton. High, ball 2. Grant's actually putting together a solid at-bat. You wouldn't necessarily want a guy that's struggling to think he's attacking the first pitch no matter what. He took 2 fastballs for strikes, but now has taken 2 breaking balls to get the count even. Sends one out to right and foul. Still 2-2, and this is a solid at-bat for a man whose average is not where he wants it to be. Certainly a power threat, and we've noted that every time he's at the plate. 2 men on. Our score is 9-4. 2 outs, top 7. That's strike 3 called. That does it for the Blues. In the top of the 7th, they play 1 run on a wild pitch and strand 2 men on. Grotto is left at third. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Our score 9-4.
When I wrote this story, there was
It'll be Cade Walker still on the mound for San Luis Obispo. When we for our score, and we appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Blue Streaming Network and making us part of your Thursday evening. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with you. Bottom 7 upcoming. It's Cade Walker now to face Dylan Campbell. Doubled in a run in his last at-bat. That came in the bottom of the 5th. The bottom of the 5th that really hurt the Blues. 2 extra base hits, plated 3 runs, and gave them 9 total runs on the evening. Our score sits at 9-4 as Cade Walker delivers strike 1 to Campbell. Other than that, he's flown out to left and walked, but this is his 6th game as a Forester, and I don't think they could have asked for much more out of their third baseman. That's strike 2 on a breaking ball, and he's ahead 0-2 on Dylan Campbell. Balls, 2 strikes. Bottom 7 starts with, looked like a strike to me, and it's 1-2. Due up is the man even I would like to see how his at-bats go, is Steven Zobak. Sent out to center. Burton ranges back. It is down and at the wall. Campbell rounds first and rounds second, trying for 3, and it is a triple for Dylan Campbell. Oh, the triple for Campbell is what Steven Zobak needs to complete. He has singled. He has doubled. He has homered. He's driven in 3 runs. This is, again, the man who pitched in the showcase game yesterday. Bats with a man on third and no outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th. His team leading 9-4. Takes ball 1 from Cade Walker. That gets away. Campbell will score on a wild pitch. It's 10-4.
What was it?
Foresters by 6 as Walker deals a wild pitch to Zobak, and that allows Campbell to score after he tripled. Zobak in a 2-0 count needs a triple to complete the cycle.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to get that chance. He's going to get hit.
Here it comes.
So a triple, wild pitch, and a man who's been hit by a pitch now, and Zobak has a runner on first, out in a 10-4 ball game in the bottom of the 7th. And Tyler Casagrande steps to the plate with that man on first. Again, this is the matchup between the teams in 2nd place and 4th place in the South. The teams in 1st place and 3rd are playing each other, and the team in 1st place, the Arroyo Seco Saints, lead the Conejo Oaks 8-0. That's the last we heard of it in the bottom of the stolen base for Zobak. He's now at 2nd. Ooh, home plate umpire is down, and That must have caught him somewhere. Everyone is out to tend to our home plate umpire, who is down on his knees and seems to be in considerable pain as he has not moved. Did not see what happened. The breaking ball from Walker got away, but not entirely sure what our home plate umpire got. Seems to be the worst of it as he's down in some pain, and they're tending to him now. He's up now. At least his head is, and a member of the Foresters medical staff is asking him a number of questions. See if he's good to continue. She's smiling. I think that's a good sign. Even Bob Miller's out there. And he's on his feet, and we will see if he's good to continue. First and third base umpires also speaking with him. This is the man calling balls strikes. You want him to be in sound condition. And again, everyone is smiling at him. I think that means he's okay.
Again tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and again on Saturday at 6 o'clock.
They're going to bring him some water.
On Saturday.
Stoppage in play has us in a 10-4 ball game. It's Tyler Casagrande at the plate when our game resumes.
Like for more information.
We're back, and we're good to go. Home plate umpire seems to be fine. Walker deals with Zobak at second after being hit by a pitch and stealing second. Now Casagrande tries to lay down a bunt, and it rolls foul. Home plate umpire still moving that neck around. Seemed to be hit where he was not protected. Time called, and we'll cycle through the signs. Conversation. Again, new catchers in this ball game. Catching these pitchers for the first time, going through the signs with them for the first time. Hence all the conversations on the mound between the two positions. And we're ready to go. Casagrande, who showed bunt, tried to lay one down. It rolled foul in an 0-1 count against Cade Walker. Actually, I think it's 1-1 because the ball that was delivered that hit our home plate umpire was ball one. Now it's strike two, and it's 1-2.
Somebody for her to be inside.
If you want your memorization skills to be tested as a fan, as a broadcaster, as a person, come to Pershing Park where you cannot see the scoreboard and my statistician cannot sit next to me because the table is so small. I am on my own, and it's 1-2. I'm at 3-1. I don't know. This has become a mess. It is 10-4, and we're trying to work our way through it. Cade Walker dealing to Casa Grande. They'll check second now and deal. That's low. Zobak takes off for third.
Oh, okay. Bro, this is so. They focus on the.
Fouled off. So far, Casa Grande is 0 for 3, and he is the only Forester in their starting lineup who has not at least reached first base. 0 for 3 with a strikeout, ground out, and fly out. Bats with Zobak at third. Breaking ball is slapped to Kretschmar at second. He'll gun to first. That's the first out. Another run scores. It is 11-4 on the RBI ground out. Strike one to a pinch hitter hitting in place of Jared Thomas. Here's the 0-1. And that's inside. Count even now at 1-1. Casa Grande drove in a run on the RBI ground out to make it 11-4. 1-1 to Nate Romback, newly inserted catcher. Popped up. Infield will have a look. Caught in right, where I can't see it. That's the second out. Has been hit by a pitch, walked, and struck out. We're in the bottom of the seventh. It is 11-4. Sun has set here in Santa Barbara. Grounded.
What a play! He's got him!
Into the 5-6 hole. That's an infield single for Josiah Morrissey. Strike one to a pinch hitter. Morrissey reached. Josh Stinson takes in the dirt. He's ahead in the count on Cade Walker. So Stinson now is hitting in place of Kendall Pettis as pinch hitters are being deployed by manager Bill Pintard in this 11-4 ball game. Morrissey is safe at first with an infield single, and that is another ball to Stinson. Bottom seven, 11-4 ball game. That's grounded to Kretschmar at second. He will gun to first, and that ends the inning. We will head to the top of the 8th here when we come back at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. It's a madhouse. Blues down 7. And leading off the top of the 8th will be Nick Costello, unless there's a pinch hitter. But if not, it'll be Nick Costello, who's driven in a run as he walked with the bases loaded. And we'll be back. 11-4 our score. New pitcher on the mound for the Foresters as well. We'll introduce you to him when we come back. Top 8, and it's Nick Costello as promised, right fielder, batting 8th today. Leading off the top of the 8th, 11-4 is our score. Blues bats facing newly inserted Connor Roberts, and that one is foul tipped by Costello, and it's 0-1. Blues look to be threatening in the top of that 7th. Leadoff singles by Kretschmar. That was followed by Grotto, strikeout and a ground out. Stranded Grotto at 3rd. Kretschmar would score on a wild pitch. That's ball 1 to Costello, count even. And Clarkson walked for the 4th time, and maybe nothing brewing, but a strikeout of Burton would end that inning. And our score is now 11-4. It's fouled off, and it's 1-2. Nick Costello in a 1-2 count. Since being inserted on the 4th, has been playing much better. Strike 3. There's Jinx firmly in place. Evan Steinberger steps up. First pitch, breaking ball, ball 1 from Connor Roberts, newly inserted. Defensive changes. Bates goes to right. McGuire is in at first. And Nate Rombach, who has come in, is doing the catching. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Roberts, who has a very animated delivery, kicks that leg out all the way, fully extended, and then deals the pitch. Watch. Oof. Strike 2. Does a bit of a rocket kick as he deals and is ahead on Steinberger 1-2. 1 out, top 8, 11-4 our score. Inside and almost caught him, and it's 2-2.
I've heard that that's true.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Sent to right. And it's a base hit for Steinberger. So he singles. He's safe at first for Ruben Mercado. The shortstop, Ruben Mercado, who is 1 for 4 today with a double, stands in. We're in the top of the 8th. It's 11-4, and Steinberger just got his first hit as a blue, and he's safe at first with 1 out. Mercado at the plate facing Connor Roberts. Off speed in there. Strike 1. Man, we have got a nice looking skyline going on in that beyond that outfield, don't we? Strike 2, swung on and missed. We're actually finally capturing. We're getting the hills in the background. We're getting the palm trees, and we're getting the sunset skies. That's a nice look. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Two away now for Kretschmar, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Here at Pershing Park, moments from the beach, and it is rather cold. Steinberger at first with 2 outs for Austin Kretschmar. Infielder out of Stanford. All 3 Stanford players getting the start in today's ball game. That is strike 1. It's 11-4 our score. Kretschmar awaits an 0-1 from Connor Roberts. That's ball 1. Strike to Austin Kretschmar. Steinberger's at first. There's 2 away in the top of the 8th. That's inside and almost hit him in an 8-run ball game.
No way.
Strike 2 called. Count is 2-2. It's even to Kretschmar, who is 2 for 4.
Almost better.
Runner on first, 2 outs, top 8. Costello and Mercado struck out. Those are the 2 outs for Kretschmar, and Connor Roberts is going to take his time, cycle through the signs, and here we go.
Yeah.
2-2.
That is way gone.
Popped up. Pop and what a catch by McGuire at first, and that ends the inning. We're gonna head to the bottom of the 8th. The Foresters leading by 8. It's 11-4, and their bats will be up when we come back in the home half of the 8th. Andrew Cachel is expected, unless there's a pinch hitter. Thanks for hanging out, making us a part Thursday evening here on the Blue Streaming Network. Strike one to Kachel. Thank you, Max. That's outside ball one. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It's 11-4. And TJ Clarkson is on the mound. In Kachel. That's fun and the worst of that one. Again, tough day for our home plate umpire. Again, Foresters by 8. Clarkson stands in. 6 more outs to be recorded if the Blues are not going to rally or unable to rally. Down by 8. Clarkson deals and gets Kachel to half-heartedly swing and miss through that one for strike 3. Clarkson deals strike 1 to Max McGuire, newly inserted first baseman for Tanner Otremba. Otremba doubled twice and struck out twice, drove in a run. McGuire swings and misses at a wild pitch, and it's 0-2. Seeing some half-hard swings and misses by the Foresters' bats because Max, I think they want to get out of here. 0-2 the count. They're ahead by 8 and a 4. Oh, that is 7. Yeah. I've been saying 8. That's why I'm not a math major. It is. Gets away, and that's ball 2. Is it 2-2?
Yeah, 2-2.
Okay.
Blues crowd has dwindled down to 0.
There are no more Blues fans. That was fun. Fouled backing out of play. Still 2-2. Going on, and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Foresters ahead by 7. I've been saying 8. It's 11-4. In there. Nope. Thought it was. Is it a full count?
Yep.
3-2 to Max McGuire. Payoff pitch. Fouled off to right. We'll do it all over again. Count and situation remain the same at 3-2 with no one on and 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 8th. Fouled back towards us. 3-2. Camera's okay. Here's another payoff pitch. Ball 4.
Sponsored by Pacific Press. We welcome the right fielder, number 3, Ethan Bates.
Newly inserted right fielder Ethan Bates steps in to bat with 1 out and 1 man on. McGuire just worked a walk in a rather lengthy at-bat. Now TJ Clarkson is going to deal to the lefty Bates, ball 1. 11-4 our score. Santa Barbara by 7. That's strike 1. Count even now. Blues will head back up to SLO, have a nice homestand awaiting them.
You know what? I like to go.
We'll play the Arroyo Seco Saints tomorrow. That's fouled off to the left side and into the Foresters' dugout. It's a big game with the Saints because, well, last we checked, they were up 8-0 on the Oaks. That would mean they've won, I believe, 6 in a row now, if that held. And we can check on that game, sure. It's 1-2. Regardless, the Saints are in first place in the South. Blues with a loss here tonight will drop to either third or fourth. It's interesting because the team in third also lost. And that's the Oaks. If the lead is still 8-0. We'll check all that. Count us 2-2 debates. Fouled off again to the left side.
It's 10-0 Saints.
10-0 Saints. In what inning? Real quick.
In the bottom of the eighth.
Okay. That one seems to be all done. All wrapped up. Yeah. Wow, 16 hits for Arroyo Seco, shutting out the Oaks. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Two away now for Dylan Campbell. Campbell facing Clarkson. This isn't as fun without the crowd. That's strike 1. You think you guys are going to stop for in and out after this one? Betting on no. Sent out to right. Carrying and caught. That'll end the inning. Catch by Costello out in right, and that ends the 8th. We will head to the top of the 9th. Blues down 7. Can they pull off the impossible? Stick around to find out. Top of the 9th upcoming. Blues bats down 11-4, in danger of losing for the 9th time this season, and only the 2nd time to Santa Barbara. We're at Pershing Park. It's cold, and it's 11-4. I'll be right back. Here's Mason Grotto facing Nick Proctor here in the top of the ninth. Blues bats up, down 7. Top 9, Proctor versus Grotto. Mason spits on ball 1. So Grotto in the first inning, that 2-run bomb, RBIs 32 and 33 for Mason to tie him for first in the entire CCL in the Ribby category with Quentin Hall of the Lincoln Potters, who has been stuck on 33 for a while now. Grotto takes strike 1. So Grotto finally caught up to him and is now tied at 33. Average has dipped all the way to 385. That's a joke, of course. Still having an amazing season. Grotto shakes his head at the strike call. It's 1-2 against Nick Proctor. Grotto, who amazingly did not have a hit in the showcase game, but got his fair share of TV time, and that was really fun to see for all these guys on the Blues who got their time on National Backboards West. Did you watch the whole game, Max? No? Yeah. Sox looked good. Sox always looks good. Here's a 2-1 sent out to right. It's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Grotto. No one on, no outs. Top 9, 11-4 our score. Do you think you guys will stop for food at all? Here's a 2-2. 3.
I'm gonna say that since there's sandwiches on the bus, probably not.
Oh, okay. So you had some. Have you already had one today? I'm assuming. No. Okay. Get a little high street in you. Pinch hitter Thomas Trinka hitting in the place of Vince Martinez. Vince, tough day at the plate. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts and a walk. The big bat that homered and singled back on the 11th. Trinka takes ball 1. Blues are 2 outs away from their 9th loss. Had back-to-back 3-3 weeks. And still found themselves at second place in the CCL coming into this one. But with a loss, they will drop, and we'll see whether they'll be in 3rd or 4th. Proctor to Trinka. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Popped up. Give it a look and right. 3 Foresters over there. Watch the fence, but going up against the fence to try and make the catch. But it was not made by, might have been Bates. Yeah, Bates and Wright. So big game tomorrow. This one got ugly quick, but it was a compelling first 3 innings. Through 3, it was 4-3, and we were thinking, okay, nice little shootout here in Pershing Park, but Forrester's bullpen. First off, Christian Daleschmidt got his stuff together and pitched back-to-back 1-2-3 innings in the 4th and 5th. And their bullpen has held the bat scoreless as Trinka swing misses through strike 3. And there's 2 away for Tate Samuelson. Samuelson takes ball 1. Tate's Day 1 for 4. Single back in the first. Fly out. And back-to-back ground outs. That ground out, the double play in the 5th. That one hurt after Martinez led off the top of the 5th with a walk. Takes the ball from Proctor. CL All-Star, who got a hit, reached twice, once on a single, once on an air, and scored a run in last night's CCL Showcase in Compton. Stands in and faces Proctor. He's the last chance for the Blues. 2 outs, top 9. That's outside, and a good take. Blues are never going to concede anything, even in a 7-run ball game here in the top of the 9th. But we will tell you to stay tuned for tomorrow's matchup, as this one is not close. Tomorrow's ball game promises to be a lot of fun. It'll be the Blues, as that's taken for a strike against the Arroyo Seco Saints at home in Sinsheimer Park. The Arroyo Seco Saints coming into that one will have won 6 in a row and sit atop the CCL South. Blues will drop in those standings, but look to snap the winning streak of the Saints, as that is swung on and missed for strike 2. Blues down to their last strike. Full count. Strike 3 called. The game is over. Final 11-4, and the Foresters get the victory over the Blues. In 5 meetings between the two teams, the Blues have taken 3. Foresters get 1 back and have taken their second. These two teams will play one more time at Sinsheimer Park in late July. Another matchup that will mean a whole lot. Till then, Blues fall 11-4. Come back tomorrow. Join us either at Sinsheimer Park or here on the Blues Streaming Network for a huge game. The Arroyo Seco Saints and the San Luis Obispo Blues will do battle in what promises to be an exciting homestand for Blues baseball. And as always, I'm Zach Ebrahim for statistician Max Lober. We appreciate you so much for making us a part of your Thursday evening and hanging out with us here on the Blues Streaming Network. We'll be back with you 6 p.m. tomorrow, 6:05 first pitch. Come hang out tomorrow. It'll be a lot more fun. Always is. Good night, everybody.